I'll tell you what, I was never so happy as I was to get muddy today. You know I hate the mud, but this cold, it just seemed like it was never ending, right? Every day you woke up freezing cold, and even like today, I didn't mind getting there a little bit late because, you know, the bitter cold was over. Sun's up. It's, you know, it was probably -7 or 8 this morning training instead of the -20 Celsius it's been with the wind chill all week. And I did drag my feet. You know, Ollie and I were a little slow getting rolling this morning. I didn't really get on the track until, I don't even know, 10 to 9, quarter to 9 with the first set. And then Ollie, you know, he does some workouts over here for baseball also, and one of them was today at 10:30, 11:30. So I dropped him off there. I missed a set, came back for the last 2 sets, and they were both in the mud. Trained Bluebird Tuxedo Hill in the mud for the most part. Trained pretty good actually. But you know, by the end of the day, it was starting to get muddy. It's gonna freeze again tonight. Not like it was before. That's over. It's finally over. But man, that was a tough 5-6 days, wasn't it? We had the cancellations of last weekend, the end of the weekend, and just a bitter cold all week. So let's get right into it. Today was good. A couple of sets went a little quicker than I planned. I planned to go around 38 again with them. We went in 34 with one set, 36 with another set. It's not really a big deal. These horses have been hovering around there forever, and you know, all of them were very, very strong in doing their work. Amy cut Perfect Thought loose today. She put it on them pretty good. She was very good actually. That whole set was good. You know what? Let's get right to it. The first set we had Cherry's Girl, Degas, He's a Fearless Peter, Love Sensation, Captain Doolittle, Don't Ask Again, Perfection Hanover. Every horse in there did their work very well. I noticed when we come on the track, Cherry's Girl did not have her hobbles on. This was set 1, and I could have sent them back in. She never had them on, but I planned on training her with them on today.
I'll let you on that though, buddy.
I planned on training her with them on today. We let her go, and it was after the wire. She made a break, but trotted through the wire good. It was just, I think it was, she's approaching, she's going through the wire, trotting probably as hard as she could. She's coming closer to the turn, and she starts to box her gate up and trying to figure out how she's going to, you know, transition into that turn. And less thinking, more doing is what needs to happen with the horses. And also, when you feel them start to do that, your first instinct, especially as a driver, is to help them, right? Grab a hold of them and kind of throttle them back, square them up for the turn, and let them trot through. But a lot of the babies, they got to learn to accelerate into the turn, and it's not an easy thing to do. And I think Cherry just needs the hobbles on for a little bit, and she'll be fine. I was happy with her. Horse that has really caught my eye the last 3 weeks was Degas. You know, I talked about I didn't know her ceiling, I didn't know how she'd be, but then, man, I got to see her. I got to see her train today. She looked good. Jason moved her at least 2 hard moves and finished up. If she didn't get up to beat He's a Fearless Peter at the wire, it was a photo. They both were right there together. Now I cut it in with Captain Doolittle, who is getting much better. I moved him from 6th to 1st as we started out the mile. Cut out the mile, and the other 2 horses just kind of swarmed him at the wire. And I didn't want to let him over-trot himself. Now, keep in mind, he's made a lot of breaks in his life, so he got out of gear quite a bit. And I just didn't want to put him in a spot where I would allow him to over-trot himself. So I just kind of throttled him back and let him trot through the wire. He actually could have fought those 2 off, maybe, had I really dropped the hammer, but I didn't feel there was a need for it today. This horse is getting better every week. I like how he hung up. I like how he shod, and it's evident. You guys will see, too, when we do a video coming up, the transformation in Captain Doolittle. Very happy with what I saw from him today. Love Sensation did her work perfect. Eric said that's 3 training trips in a row. She was perfect. Awesome. It's great news. Great to hear that. Don't Ask Again finished up strong behind me. Perfection Hanover is kind of weaving through at the wire, and Amy goes, "Why is he in here?" I said, "Well, honey, we're trying to get the guy pumped back up. You know, he's starting to look better, feel better. That virus really took its toll on him, really a lot. I just wanted him in." She goes, "Well, I was climbing all over everybody the whole way." I said, "Well, good. That's a learning experience for him." So the whole first set, very happy. No real miscues to speak of. Set 2 in New York. hounded them.
Yeah.
I love going with this little horse. He is
I
a
love
sweet little horse.
him.
He loves to do his work. He's good at it, and he's getting better every week. He put it on them today. Sterling Hanover, I liked. Amy said she was right there, kind of weaving through. Was good. Royal Duchess was to my left. Judy's Money, Steph's Hope were to my right. Had to Know ended up in the first over path and ended up just backing off a little coming out of the turn. But this was his first training trip, first hard training trip back since we've been working on his feet. So probably just tired a little bit in the end of it. So did Joe J. Fotag. With Jason, he was probably right there with Had to Know. But in New York, looked and felt very good today. I love going with this horse. You guys know this. You know, I'm an underdog guy. I love cheering for the underdogs. I love seeing the horses with, and it's not that you lower expectations, but horses that have started out with lower expectations get better and better and better and better. I'm just really, really pleased that this horse is putting out the way he is, because he's a likable horse. He's got a nice gait when he's going. I love his grittiness, right? He's like a little pit bull. He's a nice horse to go with, and I was really proud of him today. Set 3 was good too. Leland Hanover was good. Solidarity was good. Pretty Eyes and Lies, Amy put her right on the blower and beat up on everybody. No one got to Pretty Eyes and Lies, and she looked very good. I followed her the whole way with Megan's Lucky Day. I told you her attitude is changing. Her attitude was spot on today. Perfect. Never made a break. Never offered to make a break. There was never a worrying moment in the entire mile. She did her work very good. Somebody beat me for second. Tomboy Strong beat me for second. I was third. And then the Pacers, there was a wall of Pacers in behind us climbing all over everybody. Solidarity was one of them. Leland Hanover was one of them. Capistrano Knights was the other also. And Jolene Hall, I think Jason said Jolene Hall actually made a break today, which is kind of rare for Jolene Hall. Made a little bit of a break today. He said, we had the head pull on her, we took it off her, we put it on her, we took it off her. She just doesn't like it. And today I think she didn't need it. I said, that's not the end of the world. We'll drop the hammer on her Wednesday. I haven't gone with her in a while. Some of these horses where they're in transition, they're kind of doing it right, they haven't done it right yet. I want to get a feel for them too and go with them just to see how they feel. And I'll do that with Jolene Hanover. Jolene Hall this week. Fourth set, I was not there. Eric went with Hanger 1. He said he was good, a little aggressive. That's a very polite way of saying what Hanger 1 can be sometimes. I just had to take Ollie over the practice, and otherwise he said he was trotting good. Rico Tubbs was good. Amy said Rosa and Bobby was a little crazy today. Little crazy. I said, well, the sun's out. It's a little muddy, starting to get a little tacky. I said, but Rosa and Bobby is an Uncle Peter, and she's going to have her Uncle Peter moments. And as I said the other day to Dom when I was talking to him, less guidance counselor, more gym teacher. You need to drop the hammer on Bobby one of these days and blow some of the carbon out of her, make her do her work and understand her job. And that's exactly what we're going to do at some point. She was good. Royal Flush Deo was good today also. Emerald Tom, I did not get an update, but he's been awesome. Actually, the only update I got for sure, Jason said Steady Volo put a man-sized beating on them today, is what Jason told me. He loves this horse, and he said he was very, very good today. That was a good set to miss, actually. No complaints. I never got a complaint from anybody. The only minor complaint was Eric saying that Hanger 1 was a little warm, but I already knew that. Thanks. But I appreciate the update. Fifth set, again, Amy was on a rampage today. Perfect Thought, first over, cleared to the front, and dispatched everybody. I was a charging second with Blue Rare. I stuffed her in there. I want to stretch her out today. She was exceptionally good. Diosa Della Donza, riding the rodeo. Millie Girl was behind me, finished third. My Name is Swaney. All those horses were across the track. Jason said he lost Sweet Lake in the last turn. Now, flip-flops on, it's starting to get a little muddy. Did that play a role? Maybe. If I'm going to be completely honest, her best work is done with me. When I put her in with this set the last time and I went with her, she mauled them with ease and made them like it. So I don't really know what to say. If Jason said she was a little choppy, made a break, I'll blame the mud, because I'm not going to blame the filly. I've gone with her lots. and just a really, really nice filly. The last set, now it was muddy at this point. Neuromancer was good. Agbar is on behind. He's doing his work well, though. That's important. I never asked him. I never pushed him. He just did his work well. Supermind, same thing. He did his work well. Jailbird Jog and Aunt Sarah were 1-2, I think, and Uncle Danny, maybe. I was 4th. Xena Kemp was to the left of me. Supermind was to the right of me, and behind me was Go Strong Hanover. Amy had to leave. A busy Saturday. Adeline, who I'm picking up in 15 minutes, Addie had a birthday party at a place down the road, and Amy had to take her and drop her off. So I missed the 4th set. Amy missed the 6th set. And I had asked Tyler to go with Go Strong Hanover. He did. And he said, honestly, Anthony, it was muddy and I couldn't see at the half. He said, I just sat there kind of too wide. I didn't want to get him in any trouble. I said, hey, it's not a big deal. You're going with one of the colts that has. Actually, if you were to say, I need you to tell me 2 horses in the barn that have done not one thing wrong since you broke them, Go Strong Hanover and Tomboy Strong. Those 2 are the first 2 that come to mind. I'm sure there's others here, but those are the first 2. If you said that to me, those are the first 2 right now that come to mind. Go Strong Hanover, Tomboy Strong. So, oh, goodness. Mud and sun and, so a very good day of training. As I like to do, I will give you a top 10 list today, but as I like to do, I'm going to go through and give you the horses that were excellent today. You had to be excellent to make this list. Degas, he's a Fearless Peter, were excellent. Captain Doolittle was excellent. Actually, most of set 1 was excellent. Love Sensation, Don't Ask In, Perfection Hanover. The only horse to make a minor error, and it was unofficially because it was after the wire, was Cherry's Girl. But everybody in the first set was great. In New York, awesome, was perfect. Only one out of set 2 to get a perfect. Set 3, Pretty Eyes and Lies, perfect. Megan's Lucky Day, perfect. Tomboy Strong, perfect. The Pacers did their work very well, and Jolene Hall made a break. Set 4, I was not here, but if I'm hearing people right, Jason said Steady Vola was perfect. Emerald Tom, I am assuming, was perfect, along with Rico Tubbs. Hanger One was a little hot. Royal Flush Dio, I think, made a break in the last turn. He said, Hobble's got to go on that guy this week for sure. And ACDC was good also. Pacing set, Blue Rare was fantastic. Perfect Thought was fantastic. All the Pacers in this set did their work great, except for Sweet Lake. And in the last set, I'm going to give everybody a little break because of the mud. Jailbird Jog, Aunt Sarah, Uncle Danny were tremendous. Neuromancer did his work, good. Xena Kemp, good. Go Strong Hanover, good. Supermind, good. 3 perfects in the last set. That is an update for the training today. I'm going to come back. I have a top 10 list, and I'm going to give it to you. Now, this is not extrapolation. This is not what I think may come about. This is up to date right now, real time for sure. Top 10 horses in the barn, on my belief. I'm going to do them right now.